a couple of months back as well, where it's a great pool. I think the beginning of this year, especially the first couple of days, we're in January, I think 6th, I think it is right now. But it states basically, I am I am what I think you think I am. So it's so powerful. It's such a powerful statement today's nowadays. I think social media fast world, because I know for me, a lot of the time I catch myself worrying about what others are gonna think of me and actually making assumptions of what others are thinking of me, whether it would be at work or it would be even me here in this channel. What's going on, folks? What's going on? How you doing? Everybody that's on here, thank you so much for following me. Thank you so much for listening to my videos. Whether you listen to 10 seconds, 20 seconds, a minute, I salute you. I am forever grateful, as I say in all my videos, because we can be doing something else or we can be listening to someone else and we're here stopping by my channel. Again, thank you guys so much for your support. That being said, I really want to just, I said in my last video about the power of belief in yourself and how belief can transform our lives and actually really be the determining factor whether we become who we're here to be or whether we kind of live the smaller version of ourselves. And my channel here, the purpose of my channel was to basically share my transformation of how most of the last couple of years I've been kind of doubting everything that I've been trying to do because the belief in myself. And which is why I made the video, because I felt like that has so much truth to it. Sometimes I think in life we get a book, or we hear a message, or we hear a quote, or we hear a video, and the message itself resonates so much with us because at that moment in time in your life, you realize that it is so powerful to you. It is so true to you. Now, like I said, I could read a book, and I recommend it to some people. Some people say, what book do you think you should read? And I think it's hard because depending on where you're at in your life or how much awareness or how much I would say you're looking for that book, you won't really see the message. And every time you read a book, you're gonna read different parts of it, which is why I kind of always constantly reread certain books, because I feel like every time I read it, I'll get something different out of it, which I've said in some other videos as well. But message where I heard Wayne Dyer talking about the power of belief and how it can change people's bodies, it can cure diseases, it can make individuals that probably couldn't talk correctly. It has so much truth to it. Yeah, I mean, back in my mind, I'm like, yeah, right. You don't believe that. That's BS. We kind of don't believe that. We think, hey, listen, you telling me if I go and believe that I can play, be a quarterback for the New York Giants, I'm gonna do it if I believe in myself. And that's great and all, but that's some truth to it. That's probably not gonna happen. But what I'm really referring to is like everyday task, everyday inspirations in you. Not something that you're doing because you want the notoriety, the fame, whatever it may be. We are talking about things that call to you. They're your niches, as they say, and who you are. And kind of we deflect them because of fear, as Gary says, fear of judgment, fear of how we're going to be viewed, fear of being different than who you were. We have this image that we might have portrayed for all our lives that would kind of will be counterintuitive and will be kind of going against that image that we have built all these years, that to now switch up and you're different and you're actually going to things that call you that kind of seem weird to the people around you. And it's but it's really your calling at this moment. It can change at any given moment as well, but at the moment, this is what you want to do, and being okay with being that looked a certain way. And there's a great quote. I forgot who it was that said it, but Jay Shetty said it a couple of months ago. He posted on his Instagram as well. I believe I posted it on my Instagram a couple of months back as well, where it's a great quote. I think the beginning of this year, especially the first couple of days, we're in January, I think 6th. It states basically, I am what I think you think I am. So it's so powerful. It's such a powerful statement nowadays. I think social media fast world, because I know for me, a lot of the time I catch myself worrying about what others are gonna think of me, and actually making assumptions of what others are thinking of me, whether it would be at work or it would be even me here in this channel here. Maybe I look a certain way, worrying about how it would look. Maybe you guys would think that I'm just an amateur, whatever it is that I'm thinking in my mind. And in life, even when we go and individuals go date somebody, they're worried about how they're gonna portray them, and they make assumptions. We make assumptions of other people about us, and it's kind of a mess because there's no way you can go into that individual's mind. Now, provided that I think vibrations and energy are truth. Like you can walk into a room and somebody can give you a certain, like I've had those type of, which I think is bad for me because I can kind of feel the vibe, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's my personal reflection, but I'll walk somewhere into some room and I'll feel the vibe of an individual, and I feel like the individual doesn't really want to communicate, or doesn't want to be bothered, or doesn't want to really be in the room with me. So I try to make that situation as fast as possible, and I try to, try to either get away from it or really end the conversation as fast as possible. Like before, when I would go on interviews, there were certain interviews that I would go into, and I wouldn't feel that. Like I felt that the individual across from me was not on my side. They were obviously not on my side. So I didn't feel comfortable. Even if I would have gotten the job, I wouldn't feel comfortable taking the job because I felt like there was something off about that individual. And maybe it's something that we all have and we kind of ignore it. Or maybe something that some of us have. But vibrations and energy is so powerful. And it's also how we start to view ourselves, because the more you can carry yourself and believe in yourself a lot more, you elevate to a different vibration, and you kind of radiate that around you to other individuals that might be at a different or at a lower state of awareness or consciousness. And it all starts with your consciousness. Over the weekend is a different topic. I call myself how I think I know a lot of us deal with this, but your power or your, what's that word? The need to feel heard or the need to feel validated. I think that might be another reason why we don't really pursue what we want to pursue, because we want to be validated first before we do things. We want to feel that what we're doing is being validated by others. And that's a big breakthrough for me, where I think the need for validation from others, sometimes we do, because of that need for validation from others, we do things just for the we get the validation, but it might not necessarily be what we want to try, we want to do, or who we are. We might be doing these things just to have the validation from others and to feel some type of, I would say, security, or I would say maybe an image or who you are. And feel that if it's satisfying others or making others, validate you, it's exactly who you are. But sometimes everybody has the best interest for you, and they love you, but doesn't mean that their validation is what you're supposed to be doing. It's just their validation. That's it. Same thing with opinions. It's just their opinion. Has nothing to do with who you are and what you're trying to do. Think about it. If everybody that we look up to, successful people, individuals that have done great things, if they waited to be validated by other people, they probably would have never even tried, or they probably would have quit a long time ago, or they would have never really carved out their own path. They would have tried to follow, whatever path was already carved out for them. But most individuals that are living, I think, a truthful and most fulfilling life, they release that need of validation from others. And if I can take away something today, I just had a breakthrough. We have an idea or an opinion or some type of belief, and it isn't true until we have it validated by others, and then we feel some type of certain way when those other individuals don't validate it the way we thought it would be validated. So we right away knock it out of our consciousness, we think it is not true. You know, it is not who we are, and sometimes that is what I think keeps us in a small story, small version, because in order to validate others, we might have to stay small. And if you want to be the bigger version of yourself, note to myself, we need to let that go. So thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for holding on for these couple of seconds here. Again, if you guys are having so much fun, thank you so much for even watching me. And go ahead, man. Stop by my IG. Stop by my, what else I have? My podcast. Whatever it is you want to. I have it all linked on my YouTube. Stop by if you guys like this and share. So I'll see you guys next time. Peace.